Okay, so I'm recording this trade. This is a London. And as you can see, let me pull it over. So as you can see right here, we have a little small channel that I entered on. And this is what I was telling you guys. So for some of you guys to be like, man, that ain't a lot of money. Yeah, but see, what I was trying to tell you guys is multiply this across several accounts. So for an example, I just started this, started with Trade Sinker yesterday. Okay, and I have 3 accounts on Trade Sinker. And as you can see, okay, this is at 190. Let's just assume, okay, this is $200. If I make $200 on this account, then across 3 accounts, I just made $600. Okay. But what I want to do, let me go to the 1 minute time frame. All right. So now I'm going to move my stop right above my entry so that no matter what, it's a risk-free trade. So I can go to sleep. It doesn't matter because I'm not going to lose anything. Okay. So it's real close to my TP, but so I switched to the 5 minute. And you see why I switched to the 5 minute? Because if I watched at 1 minute, you can see how that candle was curving down. It gets you nervous. But as soon as you go back to the higher time frames, it stops that nervousness because, you know, now you can see it. Number 2, instead of using the regular candles, I'm using the Kinashi's butt. You know what? I'm going to take my 160 right there. All right, that's 160 across all accounts. It could have went further, but here's something that I'm seeing. Let me mark this right here. See that? So it might be respecting this right here and then stopping and popping. So I'll take the 160. It's not a big deal to me. You know, money is money. Happiness is happiness because it was only supposed to go up a little bit further anyway. Well, if I would have held, it would have got me $300 instead of 160. So I actually would have made twice as much. But anyway, let's take a look at this. Okay, let's see. Because here's what this could be. But if this is what it is, then guess what? All right, so let me move this here. Let me take this channel out. And then we're going to do some math. I'll show you guys the math. This is why just go for base hits, man. Just go for base hits. Base hits. That's all you need to do. Base hits. So let's just draw it right here. All right, so that's what we're looking at. So that's the channel that it's doing, that it's respecting right there. Bing, bing. Okay, so now it bounced off the bottom, shoots up, and then right here is topping out. Boom, boom, and then it may drop it down. So cool. I'll take the 160. So why am I okay with 160? Okay, instead of going for $1 million on one trade. Let's go and do some math. Hold on. Wait for my calculator to come up. Look at there. Very wise. Take the 160. Okay. That's my calculator. Man, that couldn't be more perfect. I don't know why my calculator is taking its time to come up. Where are you? Okay, well, I don't know where the thing is. So here's what I'll do. Give me a second. I wonder if it's getting by. I got like 4 screens. Maybe it's on this screen right here. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll pull up another calculator, a calcudalky. So I'll just put in here a calculator. Oh, there it is. It's taking its sweet time, huh? Okay. Calculator.com. All right, forget it. You want to act a fool on me. Okay, so let me pull this on screen. Here we go. Okay. Oh, it's not letting me show it. Oh, that's the problem. So this new recording system, I thought, well, tell you what, we'll just do it like this. Or can you do notes? Text. Okay. All right. So if I do 160 times 3 accounts, that would equal, I just got to do it old school way. Okay. So let me do this. 160 times 3. All right, so I just made on this trade $480. Okay, so now $480 times, where's my times button? Times 5 days a week equals $2,400. Okay, so this is just off of this one trade, 160 bucks. Okay, times 3 accounts equals 480. If I just did that once a day for the next 5 days, I've just made $2,400 in the week. Okay, so now we're going to take that $2,400 and times that by 4 weeks. How much did I actually make? Times 4 weeks. I made $9,600. Okay, make sure you see this. And that's just off of having made $160 on 3 accounts. I'll repeat that. 160 times 3 equals 480. Okay, so that's what I just made just now. Okay, now then I do the math. If I did just this one trade and didn't trade for the rest of the week and did this times 5 days a week, okay, so 5 days a week. Oh, I know where my math is wrong. I'm sorry. Let me do this. Take this out. So 5 days a week. That's actually, I was right. So 160 times 3 equals 480. 480 on one trade. Do that just once a day for 5 days, 5 trading days. 480 times 5 equals 2,400. Okay. So yeah, I was right. So now, and let's put a slash mark. Okay. So now let's take the 2,400 and times that by 4 weeks. 4 weeks in an average month, and that would equal $9,600. Okay. And here's the beautiful part about it. As you can see, I'm not a math genius. So all I did, instead of trying to do a $2,400 trade or try to make $500 on one trade or whatever, over leveraging, trying to chase the 480 on one trade or trying to go big and trying to get 2,400 on one trade, all I'm doing is hitting base hits. 160 times 3 accounts. 160 times 3 accounts. Now my average I'm trying to do, and let me put in another text box. I'm getting good at this. This is my first time actually using the text box. I try to average $200 per trade, which, by the way, I showed you guys another video earlier where for my trade group, we did do that earlier during the agent session. So this is actually the second trade. Okay, so I already made 200 earlier and then add the 160. So there you go. Okay, so technically across the board, and I forgot how much it was. It was like I'll just say 200. I forgot how much I made on that earlier trade that I showed you guys. Watch the video called 3 in a row. Okay. Look at there. Woo! So glad I got out right at the very top of this thing. That's beautiful. Look at this. Now look, it's pulling down. See, that's why you don't be greedy. You don't need to be greedy. 150, 200 bucks, get in, get out. All right. So now 200 on an earlier trade plus, this is really life-changing to keep how simple it is, 160, all right? So this is just in the last couple of hours. So the agent session plus the London session, okay? Where's the camera? Okay, all right, so let's do that. So 200, and that'll be, I don't even need the calculator for that. That'll be $360, okay? $360, okay? So I just made $360 in the last couple of hours on, now watch this, on how many accounts? Times 3 accounts, okay? So agent session, London session, $360. Some of you guys are like, man, that ain't no real money. Exactly. Times 3. So now let's do 360 times 3. That actually equals, across all 3 accounts, I just made $1,080. Okay? That's what I just did. Okay? You've seen this trade and you've seen the other trade earlier. Okay? You've seen them both because I'm recording them while they were playing out. Now, this is just 2 trades in the last couple of hours. Okay? One during the Asian session, one during the New York session. Okay? So you've seen both trades. Okay? All right. So if I made $1,080 and I didn't trade for the rest of the week, okay? So, I'm sorry, if I didn't trade for the rest of the day, so I just do this once a day, okay? So I just made $360 once a day. How much would that equal? $1,080 a day. So you times that by how many trading days a week? 5, okay? So now let's see what the math is. So $1,080 times 5 equals how much? $5,400. Okay? All right. So now that's just what I made in a week, just doing 2 little simple trades, one for $200, one for $160. And if I said, okay, I'm done for the day, cool. I only made $360 for the day on one account. But you multiply that by what? 3 accounts. They gave me $1,080 across all 3 of my accounts. You times that by 5 days a week of me just simply doing 1 or 2 simple trades that would equal $360. No big deal. Across 3 accounts, that's $1,080. Okay. If I do that 5 times a week, that's $5,400 a week. Okay. Now, what math do we have to do? Times that by what? 4 weeks in a month. How much that actually will total at the end of the month? Times 4. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Well, look at there. Yeah, we need an update. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm doing the math right in front of you guys. So what if you just made $160 a day, okay, on trading? $160 a day times 5 days will get you $2,400 at the end of the week. $2,400 times 4 weeks, that's $9,600. You can quit your job. Go for horizontal trading. That's what I'm trying to get to. And this is what took so long. Horizontal trading. See, my trading system told me to sell, but I'm already out of the trade. Okay. But it's just playing around in this channel. If it breaks through this channel, then it could come down to the downside. But again, what do I care? I'm already done. I'm already done. I got what I needed. See that support? So if it breaks out this channel, it could come here. Let me move these up. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is so life-changing because it takes so much pressure off of trying to hit home runs all the time. Okay, so if it breaks through, this would be the first stop. If it breaks through the top, if it breaks through the bottom, it can come all the way down to here. So, but again, Uncle P is already done. See, and that's what it looks like from the 15-minute. Okay, so you do see the wedge pattern right here. So will it break down and touch here, or will it break up and touch up here? That's the question. Do I even care? No, I'm done. See, I don't have to care. I don't care. I just need to make my 160 or, 160 or $200 on the trade. Once I get that, man, I'm out. I'm good. Because look at what I'm doing. $360, that's off of 2 trades. Okay. Each one less than, it's $200 or less. Okay. $200 or less. Look at what happens at the end of the month. The math is right in front of you. The math ain't lying. If you did only $160 a day and you had 3 accounts, okay, 350K accounts. And here's the cool part about it. Here's what makes it even better and less stressful. Now watch this. I'm going to switch to the Ganashis. And it kind of tells you a little bit more because it's distracting. Anyway, the point is, think about it like this. If this is all you're going for, then what does your stop loss look like? Your stop loss is not big either. You feel me? Your stop loss is not big either, so you're never at risk of blowing your account, even with a 50K, even if with a 25K account, because you're not trying to go for big home runs. This is why we're blowing up accounts. Think of every account you ever blown. It's simply because we're trying to go for home runs. We're trying to get the 480 in one trade. We're trying to get the 360 in one trade. We're trying to get the 2400 in one trade. Okay? Let me put some stuff here so y'all can really see this. I'm just telling you, man, we can do differently. If we do differently this year with our trading than we ever did in our life, then all of us can be completely free. But if we keep doing what we kept doing last year, which is just constantly over leveraging, constantly blowing up these accounts, there's no freedom in it. So you want to multiply horizontally. Now, what does multiplying horizontally means? And again, I got this concept from Dr. Elvis, so congrats to him. And then also Miss Jenny, this is exactly what she does. So horizontally means let's do one more thing, and I'll show you the horizontal. Okay, horizontal numbers, which, by the way, I'll probably do. All right, so let's do some horizontal numbers. All right, so let's just take the 160. Okay, let's just do 200 just to keep the numbers even. I do $200 a day on my account, but this time I'm going to times it by 5 accounts. Okay, 5 accounts. How much did I just make? Simple math, made $1,000 for $200 a day. So I just made $1,000 a day times 5 accounts, all right? And that equals how much a week? Times 5 days a week. That equals what? I'm just doing simple math. $5,000 for the week. You times that by 4 weeks. How much do we actually make? 5 times 4 is what? $20,000. Dollars to pass. Okay, so that means week 1, week 2, week 3. So it may take me 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks. And after that, if I stay consistent after that, then that means, okay, this is what I'm looking at after 3 weeks of training, 3 weeks of proving myself with consistency. Then from there, I'm going to do the same thing. And at the end of the month, I'm making 20 grand a month. Who can't quit their job without ever blowing an account? And all you're doing is just constantly adding accounts. Now, here's what Dr. Elvis had taught me. Okay, oops, I'm sorry. Let's do one more bit of math. Let's move this one up. Move this up. Move this up. And now let's do one more. All right. Let's do that same 200 again. Times 10 accounts now, like Apex or whatever, where you can get up to 20 accounts. 5 take profit trader allows you 5, so you can have 5 take profit traders, 5 Apexes, or 5 take profit traders and 5 Lucid accounts or whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, or you can mix and match, whatever. Okay. And like I told you guys, I just started using TradeSync just yesterday, and I absolutely am hands down thrilled, because now instead of trying to manually put in trades on all of these accounts, you put it in one account and it actually copies on all of them. And it copies the same exact contract size. Okay. So I don't have to worry about that. And whatever I see on one, I see on the other. This is why I can know the math. Okay. So now $200 times 10 accounts. How much are we now making? Okay. That is $2,000 per day. 2,000. Okay. Times 5 days a week. How much are we making? $10,000 a week. How many weeks are in a month? Times 4 weeks. How much are we making now? I know the sauce is so good. Christmas has just come around. $40,000 a month. 40 grand a month off of just $200 a day. And notice I'm not increasing how much I'm trading. I'm just increasing the number of accounts I'm trading on. So if you can patiently pass and give yourself 1 month to pass these prop firm challenges doing this $200 a day, look at what happens for the remainder of your life. And here's the cool thing. You can have 1 day off where you just don't make the $200. Or you may have lost $200 or $300, and then you go back in the next session, you make it back, so you have a break-even day. Whatever, give or take. So even with a give or take, and you end up with half of this, wouldn't that be life-changing? You see what I'm saying? And here's the key. It ain't hard to replace a $200 loss. But it's very hard if you're trying to get these home runs where you're trying to get $500 per trade, or you're trying to get $2,500 per trade because you're going with the big boys. Let me go with NQ because I need to make me some money and I need to do this. When in essence, if you can show yourself and prove yourself to be consistent to pass the challenges and just say, hey, I'm going to give myself 30 days to be very consistent to pass these challenges. After that, if I can pass in 30 days on these challenges, then for the remainder of my life, all I'm doing is the same exact thing, just comfortably, calmly waiting for the perfect setup that's just going to go just an inch. That's all it takes, just about an inch, inch and a half in this market. Okay, between here and here, that ain't nothing but about an inch worth of trading. And all I'm doing is looking for just an inch worth of trading. I got in right here. Y'all see me get out right there. That's just about an inch. I only need an inch of trading to change my life forever. Watch this over and over and over again. Over and over and over. Because the math is mathing. I mean, there's just no way you can't see that. The math is mathing. And you see me close this trade out with 160. Look at that. Let's do one more, just for the sake of fun. And I know you're saying, well, we get it, Uncle P. I know. Don't we all? But there ain't nothing wrong with constantly beating this theory into our heads until we actually act on it. Okay, so now 160, let's say times 10 accounts. How much did I just make? $1,600. Okay, times 5 days a week. Okay, 1,600 times 5. That equals $8,000 a week. $8,000 a week times 4 weeks in a month. That's how much? 8,000, 1, 2, 3, should be 32 times 4. Yep, just made, watch this, $32,000 just off of making $160 a day for 10 accounts. That's crazy. Numbers don't lie. 3 accounts, 3 accounts, 5 accounts, 5 accounts. I'm sorry, 10 accounts, 10 accounts. Notice the only thing that's increasing as far as what I'm changing, it's never my targets. It's 160 or 200. The only thing that's changing is 3 accounts, 5 accounts, 10 accounts. I'm just changing the account sizes. Okay. All right. Let's play this over and over and over again. Love you guys. Thank you very much.